you know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 billion to combat Asian carp, $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Did you use the word smart?
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and the Trade Center became known as the World Trade Center became known as the second tallest, and now it's the 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 tallest. Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. Amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street, amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan, and it was actually, before the World Trade Center was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest. And now it's the tallest. And now it's the tallest. And now it's the tallest. Now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people. It was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest. And now it's the tallest.
Unbelievable.
But I think the juxtaposition, but I think the juxtaposition, get rid of all of these things, and then and then we say the woman with the leaking pussy, and then we say, but the leaking pussy, and the bucket, and the mop, and the whole thing, and the girl dancing in the shoe thing, and the girl dancing in the shoe thing, and the girl dancing in the shoe thing, and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay, dancing in the shoe, that's all okay, that's all okay. Of that, and the woman dancing in the shoe, and the money flying at her, with the money flying at her, with the and But I think the juxtaposition of that shoe in the shoe, dancing in the shoe, dancing the shoe with the money flying at her. Say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy, the woman with the leaking pussy in the shoe, in the shoe with the money flying at her.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother.
I eat extra sharp, that's what I eat. I eat extra sharp, that's what I eat.
Honestly, Sam, if I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Norton will go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Well, first of all, I should say something about how we came to be here and why we're doing this, and then kind of what we had in mind. Originally, the idea had come up of me debating somebody else on this topic, and that didn't end up happening.
I eat extra sharp, that's what I eat.
Hello, users, and welcome to another motherfucking episode of Above It All. That's right, folks. It's the show. It's the shoe. We're dancing in the shoe here at Above It All Industries. Welcome to the goddamn. Hopefully everyone's having a good ass morning. I'm having a good ass morning. I'm having a morning. It is good. It is ass. It is good ass, and it is a morning, and I am mourning the morning because the morning will be over soon, because Above It All is happening, and when it's over, the morning is over. I mean, sometimes I finish at 11, and I have a couple more minutes of the morning, but then around 11:30 we reach the noon. Some people say noon is 12 and only 12. I think it's 11:30 to 12:30. That's the noon period. And then around 12:33, you'll start venturing into the afternoon periods. And so, the morning is sadly escaping us, folks. That's right. I am mourning the morning because the morning is over. But let's kick the morning out of the shoe with a bang. And that is Above It All, episode 1300. That's right, folks. Only 12 more episodes until we get to the best show in the world, and so we'll see how that goes. So I'm trying a new seltzer today. Bubbly Bounce caffeinated sparkling water. This is mango passion fruit. Oh shit. This is mango passion fruit flavor. It's got caffeine. Let's get it. All right, that's how we do it here at Above It All Industries. Click here to see nude Nancy Pelosi pics that just leaked. Oh, shit. The link doesn't work, Shuriev? What the hell? I need more ass mornings. Yo, same. The historic episode. Yup. Am I going to be on? I'll get embarrassed if you plug it like that. Whoa. Do you want to come on the show choking on ashes? Is that what's happening? Maybe I'll get a cop on the show for episode 1312. Does anyone know any cops? Get their perspective on the whole thing. Woo! Alright, goddamn. So, folks, there's a lot going on in Afghanistan right now. Now, I want to say that I am not nearly, even remotely educated enough on the subject matter in order to have an opinion that is worth anything at all. That being said, someone whose opinion I don't value on the subject had a real rough day yesterday. That's right, folks. Marianne Williamson, folks. She had a rough one yesterday, and I really needed to talk about this tweet because it was incredible. So she got epic ratioed here. Let me check out the amount. Oh, wow. Look at that ratio. 1.3K replies, 1.2K likes. You're thinking, oh, 1.8K retweets. Just kidding. Most of those are quote tweets, as we can see. So Marianne Williamson was using her Twitter account that has 2.8 million followers, and she was begging, folks. She was begging Crystal Ball, which, by the way, still follows me to my there we go. Look at that. Crystal follows me. Crystal, why aren't you helping out here? Crystal Ball, Jimmy Dore, Bree Joy, Jank Uger, Kyle Kalinske, David Sirota, and Matt Taibbi. An interesting selection of people here. Everyone, please do what you can today. We need troops at the airport and C-130s to evacuate as many women as possible, or it's going to be a massacre, folks. So now Marianne Williamson has reportedly been on the timeline defending this tweet for the last amount of time. And this is interesting. Like, this whole thing is super interesting. I did not see the Marianne Williamson, arc that's currently going on happening. But either way, I want to be very clear that what's going on in Afghanistan is definitely very problematic. I do not know, again, nearly enough about the situation in order to have an opinion that's worth anything. All I know is that war is bad. All I know is that they should be doing everything they can to be bringing refugees out of the country. There is a viral video of apparently people falling off of a plane as the plane is taking off because they were holding onto the landing gear. Not a fan of that. The United States has withdrawn from Afghanistan in probably like the worst way possible. But it's also, to my understanding, it would have happened. It's going to happen at any point. If they would have done it during Trump, it would have been just as bad. If they would have done it in the next administration, it would be just as bad. It's like a Band-Aid, you just got to rip it right off. But either way, Marianne Williamson had a real one yesterday, and it was extremely funny. And I'm sorry, I just really had to comment on this. Like, Jimmy Dore, where are the C-130s, man? This image. Oh my god. But anyway, I try to laugh a little bit at the world, and there's a lot going on right now. In the world that's bad. And so if I can bring to you any comical undertones, I will try to do so. Please don't hold it against me, but that's the world that I'm living in. But anyway, so that happened. Marianne is a wellness capitalist with a couple of good takes. That's a good comment. I didn't see Williamson, Ohio 11 or in Washington, D.C. supporting Nina Turner or Cory Bush. I didn't either, but also I didn't look. So factor that in. Yeah. We should all be shouting about Program 1033. Are you talking about the militarization of the police? Hugh Jorgen, I'm glad that you're recognizing how bad violence is, specifically against women. But also, you're a Republican. So, yikes, right? Not good. But yeah, the U.S. military is pretty bad, folks. Like, it's up there. As far as, like, the most garbage institutions possible, it's up there. It's not good. So, folks, Hugh Jorgen says, yeah, I don't want to hear your communist bullshit about women's rights. I'm going to screenshot that post and post it on Twitter because it's really funny. If you're a Republican and you are trying to pretend to be concerned about women's rights, I mean, again, I don't know what's going on in your brain, but there's a lot of cognitive dissonance at play. Either way, folks, no good. Wisconsin says hunters can kill 300 wolves this fall against biologists' advice. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry about that. All that seltzer's getting me. So you can see, here's a dog. Wisconsin wildlife officials have authorized the killing of 300 wolves for the 2021 fall hunting season, more than double biologists' recommendation of a 130 wolf kill limit. Why do people need to kill so many wolves? What is going, like, oh yeah, I can't wait to kill a wolf. What? What is wrong with you people? Scientists with the State Department of Natural Resources recommended the 130 limit after the 4-day hunting season in February saw hunters kill almost twice as many wolves as allotted during the wolves' breeding season, raising concerns over potential long-term ramifications of the population. We're uncertain of the impacts of that February hunt, said Keith Warnk, the Fish, Wildlife and Parks Division Administrator, during the 10th public meeting with conservationists, which is a good thing, and the DNR Policy Board. The situation warrants caution, he added. Paul Collins, State Director of Animal Wellness Action, criticized the state's wildlife officials, saying, what is being called wolf management in the state is a revenge-driven assault perpetuated by legal dog fighters, trophy killers, disingenuous special interests, and their anti-wolf allies in the state legislature. Again, I don't understand. Like, okay, I'm going to be honest, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. Do I think hunting is a bad skill? No. Do I think, like, trophy hunting is something that should ever happen? Never. I don't think there should be any excuse for trophy hunting. If you kill a wild animal on purpose, right, especially an endangered one or a soon-to-be endangered one, and you do not use it for meat for your family, I'm sorry, I think you should be fined or maybe have to deal with prison time. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. As someone who cares about, the planet, the ecosystems, animal life, I think trophy hunters should be facing criminal consequences. And I personally don't know why anyone would kill a wolf for meat. So, just saying, I think it's a little ridiculous. That being said, I do think hunting is an important skill. And I think there are ways to practice that skill without endangering ecosystems and murdering innocent wildlife. That's my opinion, though. Conservative-leaning board members dismissed criticism that the fall hunt would threaten the wolf population, citing the DNR's June estimate of wolf abundance. I'm not really concerned about, being afraid if we set that number too high, we're going to run more risk of them being relisted as endangered. Some hunt supporters even demanded the board increase the fall quota to as high as 500 animals. Again, I don't understand. Turn my ISTI off. I don't understand why people are going out there, I can't wait to kill a wolf. Like, what? It's bizarre. Insisting that the DNR has significantly underestimated the wolf population. Other board members argued that they had a responsibility to control the pack and protect surrounding livestock from wolf attacks. Again, another problem of the way that human, society works right now. Livestock? What is livestock? Does anyone know what livestock is? Oh, right. That's also known as animal torture and slavery. Right? So let me get this straight. So we are enslaving animals, torturing them, and brutally slaughtering them. Also, we are giving them inadequate food, housing, shelter, nutrition, and then we murder them for our own personal garbage pail, because most meat ends up being thrown in the garbage because it spoils, right? And so we're killing wolves to protect our ability to enslave, slaughter, and torture other animals. Huh? Does anyone know what's going on there? Not good, folks. The board ultimately voted 5-2, dismissing the recommended 130 wolf kill quota. Wednesday's vote marks another contentious installment in Wisconsin's bitter debate over wolf management. Last October, in a move that received immense backlash from conservationists, the Trump administration removed endangered species protections from the gray wolf. For 45 years, gray wolves were provided with federal protection as the species faced near extinction in the country at one point. And now that people think that, we fixed the problem, that should mean, we fixed the problem. Awesome. Job well done. People are like, oh shit. Well, let's create the problem. We got some wolves to kill. Again, it's bizarre. As the species made its comeback, local residents and conservationists have become embroiled in a fierce debate over how to handle the population. Many farmers across northern Wisconsin argue that hunting is the only way to control the animals. How about build a better fence, bro? Huh? Anyone? Which they regard as a threat to their livestock and pets. Conservationists insist that the population is still too small to sustain hunting and that the wolves are too majestic to be slaughtered. Folks, would you kill a dog? If the answer is no, why are you killing a wolf? I'm just saying. Despite the overall 300 wolf kill quota, the quota set for state licensed hunter will also almost certainly be less than 300. Wisconsin's Chippewa tribes are entitled to claim up to half of the quota under treaty rights that date back to the 1800s. The Chippewa consider the wolf sacred and refuse to hunt them. Good. If the tribes claim their full half of the quota, state licensed hunters will only be allowed to kill 150 wolves. The hatred toward this being is based on a myth, said John Johnson Jr., what a name, president of the Lac de Flumbe Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. You've had the functional equivalent of 2 seasons already this year, but nothing will dissuade the desire for more blood from our brother. What will be in short supply today is respect. Respect for science, respect for the tribal community, respect for Ma-Ingan, Johnson added, using the Chippewa term for wolf. Again, wolves are amazing. Dogs are amazing, and hunting is bad. Hunting for sport is bad. Again, hunting is a valuable skill. That is a completely separate argument from hunting for meat, right? Again, we live in a society where this shit should not be happening. Livestock should not be a thing. We should not be enslaving, torturing, and murdering animals in the billions and destroying the planet in the process. We shouldn't be using that as an excuse to kill other species. Again, we are facing an extinction level event right now that is comparable to when that asteroid killed all the dinosaurs. We are murdering. We are genociding, folks. Like, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of species of creatures on this planet for no reason. There's no reason that we're doing this. We're doing it for fun because humans are fucking ridiculous and we're too big for our britches, in my opinion. If you can't survive in a situation, you versus a wolf alone with no weapons, you have no right to hunt such a creature. That's my opinion. So, fuck the hunters. Y'all are a bunch of bitches. Where are wolves in American pop culture? Max! Max! Look at this. Maxie! Maxie. This is where the wolf is at in American pop culture. Max, the dog. The dog. Look at him. Oh my god. Look at him. Look, he's so pretty. Look at the doggy. Look at the doggy. Oh my god. Pretty angel. Look at him. He's got his toy and he's ready and he's having a good day. Look at that goddamn dog. Holy shit. That is one singular dog, folks. One singular dog. You know, this seltzer, when I burp, has a really horrible aftertaste. Like, it tastes pretty good. And I appreciate the caffeine. But the aftertaste is, like, horrible when I burp. And as a seltzer, burping is a thing that happens. And so, this is my review of Bubbly Bounce, caffeinated sparkling water. I will admit that Max is better than a wolf. Look at him. Hi. He's just alive. Look at that. Incredible. Folks, I'm gonna be honest. I have no words. I just want you to look at that dog and then look at me because this is my show. So I'm gonna be honest, folks. I have no idea what the hell is going on. So, Texas Supreme Court temporarily blocks mask mandate in 2 counties. Folks, there is a poll that I covered. I think it was in April of 2020. I did a video on, there was a poll that polled Republican voters in swing states. And it found that I think it was like 30-something, 40-something percent of Republican voters in swing states do not wash their hands. The poll was on hygiene habits to combat COVID. And they found that a considerable amount of Republican voters do not wash their hands. So with that information, let's read the following article. The Texas Supreme Court on Sunday temporarily halted lower court rulings that allowed local government entities and school districts to implement mask mandates in defiance of an order from Governor Greg Abbott. A hearing on the earlier temporary injunction is scheduled for Monday. Sunday's ruling affects Dallas and Bexar counties, which had both reinstated some form of mask mandate in recent days. In Dallas County, a judge ruled last week that masks would be required inside schools and businesses. In Bexar County, where San Antonio is located, a lower court ruled on Friday that local leaders had the authority to mandate masks in schools. Folks, if you think that wearing clothes should be mandated, I've got news for you. Masks should be mandated. Unless you are out there being a naked rights activist, which I guarantee you Republicans are not doing, I have no interest whatsoever in what you have to say about a mask mandate. Schools, folks. Do we all remember the school dress code? You're telling me that schools are allowed to send you home because you wear a t-shirt that has a censored curse word on it? That's not allowed. You get sent home for having a t-shirt with a video game character holding a pretend cartoon gun. You get sent home for that. You cannot learn mathematics because your t-shirt had a Halo character on it. That's fine. But wearing masks being mandated, all of it, that's a bridge too far? What? What? What happened to no shirt, no shoes, no service? What happened to that? Does anyone know? Abbott had previously signed an executive order that banned schools and local governments from requiring masks. He and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed to block the Dallas County mask rules, but an appeals court on Friday sided with Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins, who issued the mask mandate. Abbott and Paxton then appealed to the state Supreme Court. Paxton argued the Texas Disaster Act of 1975 gives Abbott broad authority to dictate the statewide disaster response. A legislation passed in 1975 is being used to prevent children from wearing masks in schools. What? What? The city of San Antonio released a statement Sunday saying Bexar County's mask mandate in all public schools from pre-K through 12th grade will remain in effect. CBS affiliate Ken's TV reports city facilities will also continue to require the use of masks for both staff and visitors. The statement added, the city's statement also said that the state Supreme Court's ruling had, quote, little practical effect as the temporary injunctions were set to expire Monday anyway because of the day's scheduled hearing. The city also noted that no ruling was handed down on Paxton's arguments citing the Disaster Act. So you can read more into this if you want. But the idea that we are still doing this in August of 2000, not 20, but 21. We're still doing this. Well over 500,000 United States citizens are dead. Millions of people have been affected by this, and there are still people in high-ranking government positions that are trying to kill their own citizens. What? That's all I have to say is, what the fuck? What's happening here? What is happening in this goddamn world?
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Ooh. On seltzer, man. Holy fuck. Anyway. Is this real? What? Evangelicals melt down over GOP's embrace of same-sex marriage. Let's read. All right, folks, the Republican Party's decision to wave the, quote, white flag, unquote, on same-sex marriage has left evangelicals fuming, according to a new report from Politico, after Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel posted a tweet in support of LGBTQ rights this year. Social conservatives, quote, furiously dialed up McDaniel with complaints. Tony Perkins, leader of the Family Research Council, lambasted her in a scathing blog post and even encouraged people not to donate to the RNC. But the attacks, particularly from the evangelical right, were met with a shrug by the party, Politico reports. GOP leaders' willingness to brush off criticism from Perkins and other social conservatives, a key part of their base, reflects the party's evolution on the issue of same-sex marriage, according to Politico. Party leaders still exhibit strong opposition to transgender rights and the top legislative priorities of the LGBTQ community. They're in the most prominent battlefield of the past few decades, same-sex marriage. They've all but conceded defeat. So I want everyone to understand this. They are still against same-sex marriage. There is a difference between implementing policy or fighting for policy that they know is going to lose and also going about it in other ways, right? For example, a lot of Republican states, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to adopt if you are a gay couple. There's also still a rule that says that gay men cannot donate blood. What's going on here, right? So there's still a lot of extremely homophobic policies going on in the United States of America, right? Not to mention just the generic discrimination. Look at housing discrimination in public housing. When Ben Carson was the person in charge of the housing and urban development, what he did was he basically put in a rule that allowed anyone to ban gay or trans people from public housing based on being gay or trans. Also, we need to understand that the Republican Party is going hard after trans people. That's the new boogeyman. They feel like they can convince everyone and their mother to hate transgender people because why not, right? You can't hate the black people anymore. You can't hate anyone else. You can't hate the gay people anymore. Let's hate the transes because why not? That's the current Republican Party scapegoat. So they're going full throttle in trying to kill transgender kids, trying to commit a genocide of transgender people in the United States in any way that they can. You're seeing a lot of southern states ban people from being able to transition below the age of 21. A lot of southern states are trying to make it so that it is illegal to have hormone therapy at the age of 20 or the age of 19 or the age of 18. That's illegal. But you can put your kids on any amount of antidepressants as many as you want. You can give your kids high fructose corn syrup every day and have them develop a metabolic disorder. That's fine. But hormone therapy for trans people, not allowed. This is the world that we live in right now. And so, I saw this, and I don't really care what any of these motherfuckers have to say. Gay Republicans, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. If you're a gay Republican and you're against trans people, go fuck yourself. If you are a trans Republican, go fuck yourself. You are garbage, you are slime, and I want nothing to do with you. And I don't care if the Republican Party isn't openly fighting against same-sex marriage, because they're still advocating for a genocide of trans people, and they still definitely are in favor of homophobic policies that involve getting people killed at every level of government. That is what they're in favor of. So they lost the war on same-sex marriage. Who cares? They're still coming for you, motherfucker. Anyway, I'm turning my air conditioner on. Woo! Woo! Lord have mercy. Religion, I maintain this, that religion is the worst thing on planet Earth. That is my, if you want to pinpoint one thing that has just completely ruined humanity, religion, baby. Now, some people might contend with capitalism. I say religion's been around a lot longer than capitalism. Religion is trash. Does that mean I don't like religious people? Of course not. It means religion is trash, folks. That's what it means. Yo, folks, another one bites the dust. Officer down. Michigan deputy dies after being shot in chase with gunman. Published 9 hours ago. Look at this motherfucker. A deputy in Michigan died after being wounded in a chase that allegedly ended with the death of a suspected gunman, a sheriff's office said. I wonder which one. Is it another sheriff's office? Is it not Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office? Is it another one? Just, a random sheriff's office in fucking Nebraska posted that. What does that mean, a sheriff's office said? There's one sheriff's... But anyway, Deputy Ryan Proxmire, interesting last name, it's a shame that they're a cop, died Sunday. The Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Office said in a statement, he had been in critical condition at a hospital since being shot during the alleged chase. Deputies had encountered the alleged suspect, Saturday evening at a gas station in allegedly Galesburg after he was reportedly, potentially involved in an alleged chase earlier in the day with an alleged neighboring law enforcement agency. The suspect, how many times are we going to show this guy's fucking photo? Look, photo. Are we going to get another time? Okay. The suspect allegedly pointed an alleged gun at the alleged deputies, got into a vehicle, and drove away. A chase ensued. During that chase, the sheriff's office said the suspect opened fire, wounding Proxmire and causing his cruiser to go off the road, allegedly speaking. The sheriff's office said the suspect later lost control and drove off the road into a field. He is accused of getting out and firing shots. Other deputies returned fire, killing him. Now my question, what are the details? Okay, these are all the details of the situation. This is it. I want everyone to understand. Deputies had encountered the suspect Saturday evening at a gas station in Galesburg after he was reportedly involved in a chase earlier in the day with a neighbor. What does that mean? Why was this person shot and killed by police? What did they do? Did they rob the gas station? Were they wanted for murdering their kids in a closet? Did they go on a killing spree? What's going on? Why was this person gunned down by cops? That's my question. What does that mean, involved in a chase? What was the neighboring law enforcement? Why were they chasing him? What did they do to deserve being chased? Who knows? But until there's body camera footage, again, I don't give a fuck. As far as I'm concerned, until body camera footage exists, I'm going to assume that this motherfucker tried to kill an innocent civilian for no reason and got killed in the process. As far as I'm concerned, it's very possible that this alleged gunman was defending himself. Maybe he was defending his kids. Maybe he was defending his wife who was in the car. Who knows? We don't have body camera footage. They're not telling us anything. So all I know is that an officer is down. And all I can say is good riddance. Another one bites the dust, folks. Get rid of them. God, I'm loving Officer Down, folks. Like, every day there's an Officer Down, too. Like, that's another thing, is like... It's just amazing. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a really good segment. Folks, I have one question, and one question only. What the fuck? North Carolina is a destination for child marriage. A new bill could change that. This is from The Guardian. Known for its coastlines, mountains, and the state that was, quote, first in flight, North Carolina has also developed a more dubious reputation as a regional destination for adults who want to marry children. State lawmakers are nearing passage of a bill that could finally dampen the state's appeal as the go-to place to bring child brides, but would still leave it short of a national push to increase the age to 18. The proposed legislation would raise the minimum marriage age from 14 to 16 and limit the age difference between a 16-year-old and their spouse to 4 years. I'm not even... that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. What the fuck is going on here? Lord have mercy. Anastasia, I'm worried you're going to feed the downfall of your channel as these segments are too frequent. I mean, I'm just reporting the news. I mean, there are a lot of things that go on this website that are far worse than what I'm doing. I'm not violating any rules or guidelines. So, I mean, I appreciate the worry, but unless you have like anything specific that you want me to worry about, like the other day I got targeted from some like big right-wing account, and they posted a clip of me on Twitter that got like 40,000 views of me mocking the Chicago officer for dying. Nothing happens. So I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you have any specific reasons other than, like, general anxiety, because I have general anxiety, too, about that kind of stuff. But, you know, what are you going to do? Ida, you are way behind, bud. So I'm going to tell Ida to watch on 2X until they catch up. You sent me a video. Did you? What is your Twitter name? Oh, Here it is. I don't know if I'm going to look at that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's no context. Like, I mean, like, Felix, it's valid to worry about the state or whatever of the channel. Like, I get, that's a valid concern. That's a valid concern. It has nothing to do with the content itself. But it is an absolutely valid concern. Folks, if this isn't any...
Good Sunday evening.
Whoops. If this isn't any, like... If this, like... Look at this, folks. People wonder why I do the officer down segments. And it's things like this. Caught on camera, LAPD officer suspended after allegedly punching restrained video. Or restrained suspect in face. How? I ask you this. How can it be an alleged punch in the face when there is video evidence? Now, a lot of people criticize me for the officer down videos because I always take the side of victims of police brutality. And whenever an officer dies, I ask for body camera footage. I ask for proof that the shooting was justified. If you murder another human being, if you end another human being's life, if you make their life end at your hands, they would still be alive, but for your involvement, then I think we need a thorough investigation into those things. And especially, right, like, when it comes to police, they are sanctioned by the state. And so when I do these officer down videos, I use the term allegedly often because this is the exact thing I am mocking. So I have not heard of this. Let's watch.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Holmstrom.
And I'm Rachel Kim. Our top story on KCAL 9 News and streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. Tonight, the LAPD is investigating a confrontation between an officer and carjacking suspect that was caught on camera.
Yeah, the officer appears to punch a suspect as he's being loaded into an ambulance in handcuffs. But witnesses say that's not the whole story. KCAL 9's Rick Montanez reports from San Fernando.
Well, the officer in question is stripped of his duties. We found several witnesses defending that officer. They say the suspect repeatedly threatened them and spit on firefighters and the officer.
I've got news for you. If this guy was an active threat, like let's say he was strangling a woman on the side of the street and a cop ran up and falcon punched him or whatever, that's a whole different scenario than when the guy is strapped to a fucking, like, ambulance in handcuffs. What? 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 I don't get... Punch him when they're an active threat? Okay. But when they're restrained, at that point, that is punitive. At that point, you are saying that you, a cop, you, a random person on the side of the street, you are more valuable. You are a higher ranking authority than the Constitution of the United States. That's what you're saying. Now, again, can people be jackasses? Sure. Can people deserve getting punched in the face? Absolutely. But that is not the role of police. If this guy was strangling a woman and then, like, the cop, like, ripped him off and then the woman, like, in a fit of rage was like, you know, ow, I hit my fucking hand. Ow, ow. Right? That's a whole different story. But when they're already restrained, I mean, what?
Don't do that again. This quick moment is now the center of a complaint investigation by Los Angeles police. The officer, who witnesses say punched a restrained suspect in the face, is now suspended. Witnesses also say the strike came after the suspect spit on the officer.
You're gonna spit on somebody's face?
Yeah.
When there's COVID? Like, you just don't do something like that.
This woman, who asked to go...
You're gonna punch someone in the face when there's COVID? What? What? I'm sorry, if you are a witness and you are defending cops in any capacity, I've got news for you. You are a fucking moron. I don't care about anything you have to say. You are an idiot. Please get the fuck off of my television. But anyway, a cop brutalized a restrained suspect. Fuck them. Fuck cops. Allegedly. Allegedly. I mean, we watched it happen, but he allegedly punched. And I understand you have to say, I get it. I get the legal reason why they say allegedly. It doesn't make it any less stupid. And also, again, they never do that when officers are killed. They will never say the terms allegedly. Like, the officer was allegedly trying to stop a suspect, right? The reason why I do these videos is to show you the biases in American media and how the state treats police, because the state and police are one and the same. Y'all need to understand that shit. But anyway, that's that. So folks, I have news for you. The show is over. Just kidding, it's not over quite yet, but it's going to be ending pretty soon. I'd like to say thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm in a good mood. I hope that I made your day better. And, you know, there's a lot going on in the world. So, time to crack open a room temperature one and enjoy the rest of my morning. All right, that's it. That's all I got.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in. Everybody comes in your grandmother.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before.
Yeah. I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat. You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.